Last Tuesday in New York, Chris Heston made the start of his life.
He struck him out swinging.
Getting interesting. On the ground sharply into the hole. Backhanded by Crawford. Got him. And we will go to the ninth.
Strike three call to the inside corner. And he is 1 out away.
Got him. And Chris Heston here in New York City has thrown a no-hitter. How about that?
I'm still not sure what just happened out there, to be honest with you. It's just awesome, man. Just to be a part of that, that's pretty sweet.
Today, San Francisco welcomes Heston back to the mound, where he looks to play the role of stopper and get the orange and black back on track. Giants D-backs next. Sunday afternoon baseball here at the corner of 3rd and King as we get ready for Giants baseball. This is game 3 of this 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants have lost the first 2 games in this series and now lost 7 straight at home, which is really hard to believe because they usually play good baseball at home. But we're going to talk about today is Chris Heston. He's coming off a no-hitter in his last start. That's right. He's coming off a no-hitter in his last start. What effect will that have on him today?
Well, it'll be a distraction because the fact that he threw a no-hitter, it'll be on his mind to throw another no-hitter, and that's something that never really happens to pitchers going into a ball game. But he also knows he has to have a big league stop job. His team right now is not swinging the bat very well, and in the last 2 days, it took them into the 6th inning before they got their first hits. So he knows he has to put up some early zeros. I think that's the pressure of this start for the Giants. You know, they're 5 games over 500, but against the National League West, they're 2 games under 500. So they need to play better within their division. Why not start today?
All right, let's do that today. Chris Heston on the mound. All right, when we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch right after this. Giants baseball, our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Hey, it's time to get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 63 degrees here at the yard. Light winds, humidity at 70%, and it is mostly sunny. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. For Chip Hale, D-backs come in at 29 and 32. It'll be Inciarte, Pollock, and then the guy that the Giants can't get out, and that would be Paul Goldschmidt. It'll be Peralta fourth, and then Owings, Lamb, and Castillo. Pennington, he's going to get a start. He'll hit eighth at short, and then Ruby De La Rosa will hit ninth.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the right-hander Chris Heston. Start number 13, 6-4 with a 3.77 ERA, 66 strikeouts against 18 walks in 74 innings, and of course coming off of a no-hitter his last outing in New York. Heston, 6'3", 195-pound, 27-year-old rookie. And when he's right, you're going to see a good sinker. Lots of ground balls. He'll cut the ball, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
And the first pitch is bounced right back to where it came from. And the no-hitter is still intact.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Heston today for the Giants, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Aoki, Maxwell, and Parker. That's your outfield. Crawford and McGee on the left side of the infield. Panic and Belt will be on the right side, and Andrew Susak will be in the squad putting down the signs.
So here's Pollock. Pollock takes a call strike, hitting .325, 8 home runs, 28 driven in. 1 for 5 on Friday. Pollock came back yesterday in the leadoff spot and went 2 for 4. Bounces this one to McGee, and he still got it going. I might just play that out the whole game.
Why not? 2 hitters, 2 ground balls. Take a look at the way that Heston got his outs in his no-hitter. 11 strikeouts, 14 ground ball outs, and just 2 balls in the air. 110 pitches, 72 strikes. He did have 3 hit batsmen, and that really were the only blemishes on the report card. A night and a start he'll never forget, nor will we.
Here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt takes a strike. Good strike zone from Adam Hamari, DeMiro, Carlson, and Gorman from first to third.
Heston 2-0 in the 2 starts that he has had against Arizona. 0.66 ERA.
And this sinker was up, but Goldschmidt fouls it third base side, 0-2.
And you can pitch up with the sinker as long as you get it up and in. If you get it up and it's away, or if it's middle away, I mean, that's when you have problems, especially to a hitter like Goldschmidt.
One and two.
Just missed. Strike zone today. Adam Hamari, the plate umpire, is a good zone to throw to, and he'll give you width on both sides of the plate. And I would not be surprised to see this location called a strike later on today.
Well, I think that was a strike in the 9th inning in New York.
Well, he struck out all 3 of the hitters for the last 3 outs of the game in New York, all called strike 3s.
2-2 pitch. Pop backing out of play.
Got away with one there. Peanuts, beer, brought his glove, get a ball. It's just pretty casual about it.
Very happy. And this is off of Susak's foot, and it stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that was the first changeup of the day thrown by Heston.
Kind of odd in that first inning yesterday. This is exactly where Vogelsong was. 2 outs and nobody on, and by the time he left, it was 4-0 after the first, or make it 3-0 after the first. Foul again. It remains 2-2. See where Goldschmidt ranks in the National League. He leads the league in hitting, and after that, he's either second or third. Home runs, he's tied for 4th. He's going to get jammed and bloop this one foul down the left field line.
Well, you saw those numbers and where Goldschmidt ranks in the National League, and you would think that'd be a lock to make the All-Star team. Not so. Adrian Gonzalez with the Dodgers. He's having quite a year himself, and between the two of them, that's pretty big competition for first base. Gamer Babes are in. Well, he's throwing him everything he's got. He's cut the fastball. He's sunk the fastball. He's throwing curveball, sliders, changeup. Here, a little four-seam fastball, just a bit outside.
So 3-2 to Goldschmidt. And the walk. It's a 10-pitch at bat for Goldschmidt. Here's Peralta.
Well, those hurt, especially when you lose on that 10th pitch to a walk or a knock.
Peralta hitting at .264. He's got 5 home runs, 28 runs batted in, 2 for 6 lifetime against Heston. Goldschmidt will sneak attack you. He's got 9 steals. Swing, ain't gonna miss. That have that much sink on it? My goodness.
Yeah, big time movement running away from Peralta.
Off the line at third is McGee. Everybody else pretty much straight up. Goldschmidt goes, and he kind of had a running start, and Susak could not hang on to it. Number 10 for Goldschmidt. You got to stop him.
It's the last thing you have to do is make sure a guy stops. If you let a base runner roll into a base, I mean, he's going to take it, and that's kind of what Goldschmidt likes to do. But if you stop him, he's not going to go.
I mean, this was really blatant.
I mean, you cannot do that to a catcher. You have to give him a chance.
2-1 to Peralta. Two and two.
Good changeup with the two-seam movement. And you can throw another one out there, and I don't think Peralta would be able to keep his weight on his back foot again. That's how good that changeup is right now.
Well, Susak goes with it. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Peralta not buying it. Aoki, the lead things on. the in-between inning conversations. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Giants. It'll be Aoki, Panik, and he's got good numbers against the D-backs, followed by Belt, Crawford, and McGee. Maxwell will hit 6, and it's Parker, Susak, and Heston.
All right. On the hill today for the Diamondbacks will be Ruby De La Rosa, 26-year-old right-hander in his 3rd year at the big league level, and his 13th start, 4-3 with a 5.84 ERA, 71 strikeouts in 74 innings. This guy can blow you away with great stuff. It's mid to high 90s in velocity. It's a curveball, slider, changeup, all pitches he can get swings and misses from.
And the first pitch to Nori Aoki is tapped over the mound. Pennington has got it, and he can't make a play. He tried to barehand it, and Aoki's aboard.
Let's take a look at that defense behind De La Rosa for the Diamondbacks. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Peralta, Pollock, and Inciarte. Pennington and Lamb will be on the left side of the infield. Owings and Goldschmidt will be on the right side. And Wellington Castillo will be in the squad down the sides. And Inciarte has a very good arm. And here's the only option that Pennington, the shortstop, had. That's our Toyota Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Just going with a wide open hand and just could not get a grip on it. But if he tries to go glove hand to exchange, there's no time. And that's the beauty of Nori Aoki. He can put some pressure on the defense going down that line.
So Panik hitting .317, 1 for 3 in the game yesterday. He had the first hit of the game. It came in the 6th inning. Panik took an 0 for 4 on Friday. See his average by months. June's been a good one.
And not much of a sophomore jinx.
By the way, that hit for Aoki, the first hit that he's had in 8 at-bats against Ruby De La Rosa lifetime. Aoki with his lead. He does not go, and Panik takes a strike. That'll even up the count.
Well, it's kind of nice to get the hit out of the way early, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It happened for the last 2 nights.
And Buster got his in the 7th, Panik in the 6th.
First 2 games of the series. That's how long it took for the Giants to get their first hit.
Outside to Panik.
This game is my birthday present from Mr. Binzer. Thank you. And Mr. Binzer would be Dave Binzer. It was on the camera on the first base side in the Diamondbacks dugout.
So Benny gave us free tickets to somebody for their birthday?
Yeah.
So it still didn't cost him anything, right? Outside to Panik, 3-1.
So you don't think Benny actually paid for those tickets?
Of course not.
Oh, yeah.
It's called a re-gift. Just another person that refuses to send a birthday card in the mail. They just won't do it, or flowers. 3-1. Aoki goes, swinging a chopper. Slowed down maybe by De La Rosa. And gloving it is Owings. And Aoki in scoring position. I don't know if De La Rosa hit it or not. So I'm going to go 4-3 until I hear otherwise. Here's Belt. Belt is 1 for 7 in the series. Overshift is on for Belt. And it's outside, 1-0. On deck is the Giants' cleanup hitter, Brandon Crawford. Rosa slowing it down. And the pitch. Low, 2-0.
Time now for our Geico quote. This one comes from Brandon Bell on Giants' offensive struggles here at home. He says, I have no idea why. We go out every day, no matter where we're playing, with the same approach. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not.
Two and 0. Foul down the right field line.
It was great before the game today. It was gamer day here at the ballpark, and there was about 1,500 folks that came out, spent the morning with it. And Brandon Belt and his wife Haley were two of our guests, as were Zuli and Gregor Blanco. But the combination between Haley and Brandon Belt, hysterical. They first started going out in 8th grade, and they are a comedy team.
Yeah, and we found out when Belt was a rookie and we named him the Baby Giraffe. Maybe that wouldn't go over very well with the Belt family. Oh, are you kidding? Haley put the stamp of approval on it the next day.
It's been the Baby Giraffe ever since.
3-1 to Belt. And the walk. Well, De La Rosa had a base to play with. If that's how he wanted to go about it. Here's Crawford. Crawford at 278, 9 home runs, 40 driven in. Crawford's 0 for 7 in the series. It's the first time he's hit cleanup. So Aoki at second. Belt is at first. And Crawford off of De La Rosa. He's going to pick it up and throw, and everybody's safe. And that got De La Rosa maybe on the palm of his hand.
Well, they're going to come out and check and take a look. Just, I think you're right. It got him right in the heel of the palm of his throwing hand. I mean, you really realize just how hard a hard ball is. He may have caught a piece of it with the glove, maybe a little. But that right there could easily break a hand.
Well, hopefully it got that meaty part if it got anything.
I speak out of experience. So it's better to get hit in the palm if you're okay, you don't have a broken palm, as long as it doesn't hit your fingertips. I mean, you really should get some life back in your hand fairly quickly. But for as hard as De La Rosa throws, if he doesn't have a great feel in his hand, this is not a comfortable at bat.
Well, he says he's fine, and I always found that to be quite comical if I was the next hitter. Well, maybe you're fine, but I'm not so fine right now.
That's the whole point. We're not talking about a guy who has average stuff. I mean, he's got high octane for velocity.
Here's Casey McGee. He throws him a hanging breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Aoki is at third, then it's Belt and Crawford. McGee had a pinch hit single it was late in the game yesterday. He's had a grand slam this year, and he hits a potential double play ball. That'll go 6 for 3, and that'll do it. We will head to the second. 0-0. And he goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, no earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. His first career win.
Boy, did he open some eyes on that particular day.
Here's Owings in tight to Chris Owings. Owings at 236, a couple of home runs, 15 driven in. Shows bunt, and that runs inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. And the strike. By the way, you heard the groan when McGee hit into the double play. Just kind of feel bad for McGee, but that is the 13th one that he's hit into. This is high and foul down the right field line and out of play. Sharply to Crawford. 1 out. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen, a little different looking lineup today from manager Bruce Bochy. He said he wanted to give Buster Posey and Matt Duffy scheduled dates off. For Angel Pagan, it was a little bit of a last-minute decision. He has been in a bit of a skid at the plate, and he wanted to give him a mental day off just to give him a total break from the game. Justin Maxwell in center field. He did play some center field in spring training. Gentlemen?
Yeah, we've seen Maxwell with other teams play center field against the Giants, and he's very capable of doing a good job out there. He's a terrific athlete.
I think he's pretty excited about the challenge of center field.
He might be the one guy that you could throw on an NBA jersey on him and you'd buy it. You could throw on an NFL uniform on him and you'd buy it.
Yeah.
I think he could be a soccer goalie. I think he could be a goalie in hockey.
Well, if you could put him in the team picture and he'd look like he belonged, that's for sure.
Arena football. There's a shot to right, and that's going to be a base hit. Parker's going to dig it out, and Lamb is going to go into second base with a double. First hit of the game for the D-backs. So here's Castillo.
Just a challenge fastball with a little sink to it that was up. Good pitch to hit. And Lamb, who continues to hurt the Giants, stays out again.
So Castillo, who did the catching on Friday, it was Salta Lamacchia who caught yesterday. And he takes a strike. Pennington to follow. Half swing and a miss, 0-2.
Late movement forces a hitter to break down mid-swing, nothing else. And they get a little movement that they're not expecting that jumps on them. It freezes them up mid-swing.
Crawford can't find it. His throw in the dirt. Off the dugout, coming in to score is Lamb, and it's 1-0.
Right in the heel, and Crawford, who had to play right in front of him, he had an easy out at third base by way of a tag. Then he perhaps maybe took his eye off a ball a bit, and 2 errors on the play for Crawford. An error on not being able to catch it initially, and then an error on the throw.
So here's Pennington. Pennington hitting 164. And that pitch sails outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitcher, De La Rosa's on deck. Susac digs it out. It's 3-0. Pennington hitting, as I mentioned, a 164 clip. He's 1 for 2 lifetime against Heston.
A little crossword puzzle there with all the Giants' names. Very creative.
Three and one. Belt's got it. To Crawford. To Belt. Double play. And that'll end the inning. Nice job, Brandon Belt.
Brought to you by Bay Area Mini.
Well, there's no better way to kick off your summer than going to a Giants game at AT&T Park. Interleague play is back as the Giants will take on the Seattle Mariners tomorrow and Tuesday. And you get $10 off all tickets to the day game on Tuesday the 16th. So you can start your summer with Giants taking on the Mariners. Go to sfgiants.com/ticket and use the coupon code SUMMER to get $10 off.
So here's Maxwell to lead things off. Beautiful day here at the yard.
Two of our nation's finest right there.
Big day here in the Bay Area. Warriors coming up later. Here's Maxwell. Maxwell tops it to third. Lamb. Talking about the Warriors pre and post game. And Postnet Central coverage of Game 5 tonight will begin at 3 all the way through the playoffs. Lots of coverage, and you would expect that from the home of the authentic Warriors team. So here's Parker. Parker yesterday got his first at bats in the big leagues. And he went 0 for 3, had a couple of strikeouts. Fouls that one out of play.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's so close.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so far away.
Oh, it's right there. Oh. 1 and 2. Oh.
They will not be able to see anything with that baseball.
Kidding? Parker got a piece. He stays alive. It's 1 and 2. Somebody just ought to go get that just to stop driving those guys crazy. They're not even going to watch the game.
No. And that's the reason why. It's a big league hardball. Come on.
Got him. Parker retired. That'll bring up Susak.
Yep. He'll still sit there. That is the ultimate tease right
if
there.
I'm that guy, I'm trying to think like MacGyver and figure out a way to get that ball.
I'm taking my shoes off. I'm going to string my laces together.
Yes. Now you're talking. MacGyver. There's a pitch down low to Susak. I wouldn't even care about the game. I'm going to get that ball.
Well, he's sitting there looking at that ball like a bird dog. He is on it.
2-0 to Susak. I now can't keep my eyes off of it. It's right there, just to our left.
Hysterical.
We're not going to look at it. We're not going to look at it. 3-0.
It's
Is it still there? Yeah. Well, don't look at it anymore.
I mean, he had 1 foot 3 rungs down the ladder. He was ready to go.
I mean, you get a paper cup, right?
Yeah.
A little string and a paper cup. And
yeah, something. You
pull
got to
it,
try.
right? Yes. And the walk to Susak, and Heston's going to hit.
Start stringing together garlic fries or something.
Yes.
Give me an effort. Steph Curry fan.
Heston can hit a little bit. He's 5 for 24. Taking all the way, and he probably wishes he hadn't been. It's 0-1.
Came across 2 fans today coming into the ballpark, and they said that they were going to double dip today. They were going to take in the Giants game, and then they were going to head over and check out the Dubs.
Heston, a little pop-up. Shallow right field. And coming in is Inciarte, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a runner left. 3rd inning coming up. It's still there. On Tuesday, as you would expect, the last out of Heston's no-hitter, Heston struck out Ruben Tejada. He did it looking to complete the 17th no-hitter in Giants history. And it wasn't that he just struck out Tejada in that inning. As we mentioned earlier, he struck out the side in the ninth. So here's check that Ruby De La Rosa. De La Rosa is 1 for 25 on the season. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike, so it's 0-2.
Good curveball there. Starting to get a feel of the strike zone with a breaking ball.
Got him. You know, it's funny, Bruce Bochy said if he gets the curveball over on his radio show, that's when he's really tough.
Well, if you take a look at the Giants franchise history, these are no-hitters thrown by rookies. Christy Mathewson did it in 1901. Jeff Tesreau did it in 1912. And, of course, Chris Heston did it in New York. The big stage. June 9th. 17th no-hitter in the Giants history. And that includes both the San Francisco and the New York Giants.
Here's Inciarte, who bounced back to Heston.
Again, hammering that strike zone with the breaking ball.
And Inciarte bunts it foul. McGee was playing in, so Inciarte accepted the challenge. A.J. Pollock is on deck. So Inciarte gets hit.
That's a break for the D-backs. Well, Giants fans and parents of our young Giants fans with peanut allergies, there are 3 peanut allergy friendly games here, and it's available June 25th, 27th, and 18th of September. So come on out to AT&T Park and sit in the designated section worry-free from being exposed to peanuts. Go to sfgiants.com/special events to purchase tickets to learn more about this special program. Again, June 25th, July 27th, and September 18th.
Quick throw, checking on Inciarte.
Heston not particularly quick out of the stretch. He will give a base stealer a chance. And the Diamondbacks, they are in the go mode. They want to steal.
Well, for a lot of reasons, they do have guys in this lineup that have some speed, but they also want to stay out of the double play.
That last unload time, very quick for Heston. That was 1.08. Stays in that under 1.25. He's going to make Bruce Bochy happy and Andrew Susak happy. Now she finally went in and got it, and they found the kid about 3 rows back, and he is the recipient of the baseball. So problem solved.
Runner goes. Swinging a bouncing ball to Crawford. Crawford will make the play at first. So here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt drew a walk in the first inning, had a 10-pitch at bat.
Situation here, you just cannot give Goldschmidt much to hit. Anything in the middle of the strike zone here is a mistake.
Got crossed up, didn't he?
He just crossed up Susak. Susak was not looking for a breaking ball.
That's a good play by Susak.
It's better to get crossed up looking for a fastball and then getting a breaking ball, because at least it's an off-speed pitch. You have a chance to catch to it. And he says, my bad. If you're looking curveball and you get a fastball, then it's a whole different deal. You can get hurt.
That's a good play. 0-2.
That's paint right there, knee-high outside corner. That's what you have to do. And you can cut a fastball to the same location, let its movement fall out of the strike zone. Break a curveball in the dirt. You can go hard slider in the dirt. And he's shaking off 2 pitches. There's something he definitely wants to throw.
Oh-2 pitch. Tapped slowly to Crawford. Crawford charging. Crawford throwing. And now he's going to come home. And what a terrific play by Crawford. Susak is going to tag him out, I think. Yes, he did. So that'll end the inning. Crawford had no chance of throwing out Goldschmidt. And he catches Peralta coming down the line. The third inning, you can see Crawford realizes he has no place, so he bluffs, and now he's got Inciarte in a rundown, and Susak applies the tag. If Crawford doesn't do anything but eat that ball, Inciarte is going to score. So that's our forward right choice. And here's Aoki, who takes a strike.
Well, it's just, I mean, it's an ad lib mentally. As soon as he realized, because of the speed of Goldschmidt, there wasn't going to be a play, looked for another one, but you had to set up the look with a fake.
Yep.
I mean, you know, that's an old Omar Vizquel play. And now there's some kid who's going to learn what he saw today from Crawford. It'll be an old Brandon Crawford play.
I hope so. There's a pitch wide, 2 balls and a strike.
You love that as an infielder, don't you?
Well, I like the heads-up part of it. Absolutely. That means you were thinking before the play. Hit on the ground is short. Pennington's going to make the play. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, guys, it's time for our Giants in the Community. It is sponsored by PG&E. Today we focus on Jeremy Affelt. The other night, he got to stand at home plate and graciously accepted a $20,000 donation from Dignity Health for his nonprofit organization, Not for Sale. He's a huge ambassador of that program that is fighting to end human trafficking in San Francisco and across the world. He's joined by Arizona Diamondback Cliff Pennington. And guys, more than 40 professional athletes are part of the Not for Sale Throwdown campaign, where they sacrifice a day's salary for somebody's freedom. It's pretty cool, guys.
Very cool. Very cool. Panic bounced out to second. He's 0 for 1. Bounces it to second again. 2 down. And here's Belt. Belt drew a walk in the first.
The finals. So the Giants
Is that what that
store.
is?
Yeah, it was at the Giants Dugout store yesterday, and they were selling.
So that's how you knew that. You saw that in the dugout store. You're all over it.
Well, they were also wearing them after they had the celebration to get to the finals. It is a very cool hat, especially because it's got the Warriors emblem on it. That's what makes it very cool.
Look out. One and two. So it's 1-2. In tight to Belt, 2-2.
Trying to go front door with that sinker. I mean, you look at the movement on the fastball from De La Rosa. It's very close to the type of movement you're getting from Heston. Only about 3 miles per hour faster.
Got him. Second strikeout for De La Rosa. It's 1-0 D-backs.
You buy Mendocino Redwood, available exclusively at the Home Depot.
It's a 1-0 lead for Arizona. And Peralta will hit. And he takes a strike. Peralta struck out looking in the first. Here he takes in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Owings on deck, and then Jake Lamb. 1-2. Are they ready to go or what?
Oh yeah. Autumn's got them all psyched up for their churros.
2-2. Yeah, they could be a little messy though. Got him.
Stayed on the front door.
Same pitches he struck out in the first.
Well, log on to csnbayarea.com as insider Alex Pavlovich will provide wire-to-wire reporting of the Giants season. You can get breaking news, videos, special features, and more only on csnbayarea.com.
Alex, the man. Here's Owens, who bounced out to Crawford. No balls and 1 strike. Lamb to follow. On the ground to Crawford. Crawford to Belt. I'll tell you what happens with infielders. It's like the guy goes in for defense, the ball finds you. If you have 2 errors in a game early, you're going to get 12 ground balls the rest of the way.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Crawford made 2 errors on 1 play in the second. There's a strike.
This game is unfair at times. Gives so much, but it can make you look pretty mortal at other times.
Well, it can mess with your head. Remember the game Brenly had where he made 12 errors in a game?
4 errors in 1 inning. Oh yeah, I remember it like it happened yesterday. He also was the guy that had a walk-off home run against Paul Assenbacher.
Yeah, didn't he tie it with a home run and then win it?
Yeah, and he had another at bat where he had a base hit and knocked in a run.
1-2 pitch. Lamb digs it out.
Roger Craig called it the hum baby game of the year. Just signified what he thought his team was all about, led by this guy right here, Bob Brenly. What a great teammate he was.
Tried to backdoor him. It's 2-2. Outside, 3-2. Only 1 walk issued by Heston. He walked Goldschmidt in a 10-pitch at bat in the first inning. And a base hit up the middle. So on a 3-2 pitch, Lamb is now 2 for 2, and here's Wellington Castillo.
Lamb continues to torch the Giants.
Castillo hit the ground ball to Crawford, and he couldn't get a handle on it, and then he threw it away. Usually he likes that first pitch. However, this one he took, and it's 0-1. Swing. Gonna miss. Nothing in 2.
Oh, she's keeping score. View level, and that is a pretty good view.
Yes, it is. Oh, 2. Be pitch number 63 for Heston. And this is shot over Crawford into left field, a base hit. Well, we're talking about the Brenly game, 1986 in September.
Well, Brentley, who's a catcher, was asked to go over to third base. Mike Lacoste, a ground ball pitcher. And there's the first error. And here he gets 2 errors on 1 play. And then here's the 4th error. And right about now he says, I didn't know what was going on, but here is how it all ended. A walk-off home run against left-hander Paul Ossenbacher. And everybody went home happy. But he was still mumbling when he left the ballpark.
Yeah, he wasn't even happy with that. He said something like, well, that's one sure way of making sure Roger Craig never asked me to play third again. 1-0. Two 2-0.
And they're just going to put him on right now. They've got De La Rosa. And no, they're not. They do have De La Rosa, the pitcher, on deck, so you don't have to give Pennington much to hit here.
So it's 3-0.
Here's where it really is a green light situation with the pitcher on deck for an 8th-place hitter. But Heston wisely staying away from Pennington. Struck out De La Rosa's first at bat. De La Rosa did not look good on breaking balls. He's only got 1 hit on the year.
Swing. 0-1 to De La Rosa. 0-2 to De La Rosa.
De La Rosa from the Dominican. I'm not sure he's from the part of the island where they throw breaking balls.
He got him on 3 curveballs to end the inning. So, wise move. Giants are coming up. Crawford, McGee, and Maxwell.
Had 2 home runs off of Ruby De La Rosa this season. He did it April 7th in Arizona. And he did it April 18th here at AT&T, and that's our AT&T U-version rewind. It's pretty good ownage in 1 year.
And then he hit a ball off of De La Rosa's hand in the first inning. So it'll be Crawford, McGee, and Maxwell. We're in the fourth. Interleague tomorrow for the Giants. Seattle will be in town. So Crawford takes wide. With the hit by Crawford. Crawford now hitting at 281. And he tries to hold up. He does not. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ryan Gorman, third base umpire, making the ring 'em up call.
Crawford with a base hit to right.
That's some severe ownage he's got on De La Rosa. But look at the location. Ball up. I mean, it's not a good place to throw anybody, but especially Crawford, who is a good high ball hitter. And he promptly spanks it into right field. Thank you very nice.
So here's McGee. And a throw to first, and back is Crawford. Crawford with his lead. On the ground to third, it could be a pair. That's 1. That's 2. So that is the second double play that McGee has hit into. And you know that he's wearing it.
Well, he is. He's absolutely wearing it.
I think the one thing about that may be disappointing for Bruce Bochy is he really didn't give Bruce Bochy a chance maybe to send Crawford. Here's Maxwell, who takes a strike. But if you're going to get something to hit, you got to jump on it.
Oh, of course.
You got to wait. You can't wait.
Hit the ball right on the screws, on the ground, to a glove. And he just cannot shake it.
So it's 0-2 to Maxwell. And Maxwell hits one on the line to third, and that'll end the inning. Fifth inning coming up. It remains 1-0 D-backs.
PG&E. Together, building a better California.
Well, check out the latest online auction that includes game-used memorabilia from the 2014 postseason, World Series, and parade down Market Street. To submit your bid, visit sfgiants.com/champions auction. Here's Inciarte. Foul down the right field line. Inciarte, Pollock, Goldschmidt. He's part of the Kruko clan.
My son Chase and my daughter Tessa sit next to him. There's Tess. Tess was part of the Gamer Day today. She came up and spoke.
1-2 pitch is outside, 2-2. This will be pitch number 75 for Heston. And that's a base hit. 6 hits for the D-backs.
Now he's going to get tested now. He's got a base stealer on with Inciarte. And a good bat control hitter in Pollock in the batter's box. And that guy on deck, Goldschmidt.
And a strike to Pollock. Pollock has bounced out twice, so maybe the Giants can get a hard ground ball right at somebody. Dodgers and Padres 0-0. That game in the 4th inning in San Diego.
Yeah, the game postponed today in St. Louis. Cardinals Royals game.
It's hard to do in the last game of the series when you're not going to play that team again during the regular season. It is two teams that are fairly close regionally, but still you're going to have to waste an off day to do it.
Yeah, you have to look at a mutual day off shared by both teams. Just a logistics nightmare for a traveling secretary.
Runs in tight to Pollock. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Heston has done a nice job of unloading today. He's been very quick. Putting in work to get quicker. His unload time out of the stretch is paying off.
1-2 on the call strike. So far, Inciarte hasn't showed signs of taking off. He does not go, and this is fouled at the plate, and we'll do it again. Goldschmidt is on deck. So Heston at the belt. Got him.
Take a look at the payoff pitch. A little breaking ball. Perfect location. Started off the outside corner, let the movement fall away, and let him chase.
So here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's walked, and then he picked up an infield hit in the third. And he takes down low, 1-0. On deck is David Peralta. Two and 0.
It's a big pitch right here. And Goldschmidt knows it.
Runner does not go, and it's 3-0. See if Heston comes in. He does not.
It didn't look like he wanted any part of it. But it does cause a bit of a problem because now you walk a runner into scoring position. And Dave Righetti going to come out and talk it over with Heston. And usually this is something that is about mechanics, something that Righetti saw, or it's about philosophy. About you're not using enough pitches early. Try throwing this. Maybe just give him a little free pitch plan here with Peralta. Meanwhile, they've got caramel corn and popcorn, and life is good. Yeah. That caramel corn, that stuff, that should be illegal. It's so good.
So here's Peralta. Peralta is struck out twice, both times looking. One ball and no strikes.
Played to the left center. They pitch the gap in left center, give the line in right field. So it's a pitch 'em away, play 'em away defense in the outfield.
Pickoff play is put on, and getting back fairly easy was Inciarte.
If by the time you release the ball, that middle infielder standing on the base, is too late. I mean, you have to time it right so that you're throwing the ball, and that middle infielder's still moving towards the bag to get it and put the tag on. That's the only chance you're going to get.
Well, Heston's having a problem right now. That's 6 straight out of the strike zone.
Well, he's got to come in. He can't give up another base by way of the walk, because then he would set up a runner at third less than 2 out scenario. He does not have an open base right now with the 1 out.
Three and 0.
Just a bit outside. Not like he's getting squeezed here either.
So right now Peralta in the driver's seat. And a base hit to left field. Aoki's going to get to it quickly. So holding at third will be Inciarte. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out.
And we have some activity down the Giants bullpen. Looks like George Contos is heading down to start getting loose.
Owens has bounced out twice to Crawford, and that's what they're hoping to get here. And Ciarte, Goldschmidt, and Peralta are your base runners. He ain't gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike. It's been a good pitch for him today.
It has. It's a big break. Big sweeping break. And as long as it has some quickness when it snaps, it can be effective. It's when the snap is lazy is when it gets hurt.
Center field. Maxwell back, starting to carry. It is off the bottom of the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Stopping at third is Peralta. And right on Peralta's back was Owings, and it's 3-0.
Try to go in and get it in, but Owings digs it out and takes on the deep part of the yard. And Maxwell with his first start in center field. And I don't think it might not made a difference who was out there with this one. It would have been a spectacular place had he been able to catch, had he been able to make this play. Just not enough arm length.
So Lamb will be walked intentionally. And the hitter will be Wellington Castillo. First Bochy's trying to make a call here. So Castillo's going to hit. He's 1 for 2. The way the Giants have gone about their offense so far on this homestand, they cannot get too far behind. Inside, 1-0. Going in again, and it's pulled foul to Ron Wotus. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Trying to get a ground ball at an infielder that gets 2 outs. That's the goal. See what Wellington Castillo has done with the bases loaded. He has not fared well.
Breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike.
97 pitches. It has really been a struggle.
Two and 2.
And there's a break. Steele could not check the swing, and they get the call from first base umpire Mike DeMuro. Look at the breaking ball. Did he go? Yeah, that's close. Not an absolute.
And the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Got him.
So he gets the strikeout he desperately needs. Lay that breaking ball off the plate away. Let him chase. Not out of the woods yet.
Now they can walk Pennington here. No, they can't. Wishful thinking. Pennington is 0 for 1. And it's a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Peralta, Owings, and Lamb are your base runners. Susak's going to have a word with Heston.
Now he's showing his colors, as is she.
One ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Well, now you got to come in.
Absolutely has to throw a strike here. Whatever you can throw across the plate, you've got to throw that pitch.
Aoki coming in, and they'll end the inning. 2 runs. Heston limited the damage. It's 3-0 D-backs.
Sonoma Raceway. Visit racesonoma.com for tickets.
Well, here's a perfect gift for Father's Day. It's the Father's Day gift pack, starting as low as $49. Tickets to 2 Giants games and world champion cufflinks. Perfect. sfgiants.com/mini-pack. Dad's got him on both sides.
Yeah, the gang's all here. She's not sharing.
Come on, Giants, get hit.
You know when they turn the other way and face the seat next to him, so the brother can have no shot to get a bite that they're not going to share.
Even if you got to go through Dad. Yep.
Ice cream sandwich. I wouldn't share either.
Here's Parker. Parker's 0 for 1. Parker with his first big league hit. And it opens up the 5th inning.
Quite an applause. for Jared Parker's first big league hit, and certainly a moment he will never forget. He waited a long time to do that. Congratulations, kid. And very cool to be able to have done it here at home.
Here's Susak. Susak drew a walk in the second. And he shoots it into right field. A base hit. Parker better hurry. And he's going to just make it.
All right, let's take a look at Parker's first big league hit. It's a little sinker, hangs out there middle in, and he just drops the head on it, finds a hole on the right side. Nice clean shot single.
Well, I'm a little worried about Parker. He almost got forced out at second. But he did make it. Let's be clear about that. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, guys, you've mentioned it a couple times today, but I get to recap Gamer Day, hosted by our very own Mike Krukow. It is the second annual event where Gamer Babe chapters from all around the Bay Area are invited to come early to the park, listen to a Q&A with some pretty cool people. It puts a female twist on baseball, including Renell Brooks Moon, Gregor Blanco, his wife Zuli, Haley, and Brandon Belt. I got to join in on the fun. Of course, Mike Krukow's beautiful daughter, Tess, was there. It was a lot of fun, had by all, and an important event. We like it, Mike. Keep doing it.
Yeah, very good, Amy. It was awesome.
And Aim of the Gamer was fantastic.
Well, that's a good one. So Mike Harkey, the pitching coach, back in the dugout, is Matt Duffy is going to hit. So Parker at second, Susak at first, Duffy at the plate, Aoki on deck. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
First pitch breaking ball took a lot off of that pitch. Which Contos will be the new pitcher for the Giants in the top of the sixth.
Down low to Duffy. Duffy overall hitting at 280. He started both games in this series. Yesterday took an 0 for 4. Here's the 1-1. 0-1-2. Threw it again.
Talk about Jared Parker almost getting thrown out at second. He had a little freeze there to identify if that ball was going to go through, and there you see him slide in just ahead of the throw. But Ender Inciarte, I mean, he is aggressive with the arm.
Duffy, it's a high fly ball to left. Peralta back. Wynn knocks it down. Peralta catches. Parker's going to tag. He's going to make it.
And that ball was hit well.
Yeah. So here's Aoki.
It had the sound, but once it got up in the air, the wind just absolutely did a number on it. And you can see by the time it finally gets caught by Peralta, he's not even in the warning track.
Now you hit that ball in Arizona and you got yourself a home run.
And 3 RBIs. Here you get a big league hang with him and an over.
Here's Nori Aoki, who's 1 for 3. With panic to follow. And a strike. out of play. So De La Rosa jumps out in front of Aoki. It's now 0-2.
Man making a play at a bit. Now, what you going to do with it?
Hit on the ground, maybe a pair. They're going to have to hurry. Got him. And that's going to end the inning. Third double play the Giants have hit into here this afternoon, and it remains 3-0. Top of the hour, and you can see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. It'll be game one of the two-game series, Giants Seattle. 3-0 D-backs. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be George Cantos. 31st game that he has come into. Been very busy this first half. And he has been very good. 1-0 with a 1.64 ERA. Just 29 base runners in 33 innings with 21 strikeouts. Hey, he's happy. So is the itsy bitty spider. Don't stop, Mom.
De La Rosa takes a called strike. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Spider-Man's here.
He's a fan. Inciarte to follow, and then Pollock. One and two.
Good hard slider. Yeah, there's some Giant sneakers. Gator Babes.
He got him. And that'll bring up Inciarte.
Yeah, De La Rosa. Just not seeing that curveball, buddy.
Now 1 for 28 on the season, and here's Inciarte. Inciarte opened up the 5th with a base hit, and that was the beginning of a 2-run inning for Arizona. First pitch strike.
That's a curveball that he introduced about 3 weeks ago. And it's kind of a fun pitch. It's one where he steals strikes with, especially on a first pitch and an at bat.
In at third is McGee, and the 1-1 is hit into center field for Maxwell. Maxwell dropped it. And the throw into second is going to be a little late. So it'll be an error on Maxwell.
Well, it's a kind of an error that really gets a ballpark buzzing. I mean, you just look at a routine play right here. Lots of time. I got this one. And just, it could happen to big leaguers too, kids. And right off the tip of the web. And really an embarrassing error for Justin Maxwell.
Sometimes you put that glove up a little too soon and it blocks your vision and you think you got it and you don't got it. So here's Pollock. I was going to say, Cantos better keep an eye on Inciarte. He's thinking about it.
So Javier Lopez very quickly starting to heat up. Thinking about David Peralta. How quickly Bruce Bochy starts thinking about strategy based on a two-base error. If you could get Owings here, you wouldn't have to pitch to Goldschmidt. You intentionally walk him and then have Javier Lopez face the left-handed hitting Peralta.
Tapped foul.
But you know, it really does illustrate just how quickly Bochy's mind goes into the next phase. You see a two-base error, boom, you react to it. What's your response? How do you deal with that? Well, you get your short left-handed specialist up, get him ready. But this is the big confrontation right here. Right-handed Owings going against, or right-handed Pollock going against George Cantos.
And the runner goes, and there'll be no throw, and it's a called strike.
Take a look at the jump. I mean, he timed it right as soon as Cantos turned his head. I mean, he was off. That was what he was going on. So it brings the infield in, and it absolutely makes it a 100% pure strikeout situation here for Cantos.
And it may be that Pollock actually took that pitch knowing that Inciarte had a shot of stealing it. In the dirt, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Cantos rubbing up the baseball. The infield is as far in as you can get. Back, you got to pitch up.
He did. And Pollock fouled it straight back. He was not fooled by it. Yeah, hangers like that you just don't want to look at.
He's seen a few. He's seen a few as a hitter, and he's seen a few as a catcher.
A couple of catchers there. Billy Hayes, Buster Posey.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. Another pitch to hit, and he fouls it back.
Javier Lopez is ready. He has quit throwing down the Giants' pen.
Two balls, 2 strikes. 14th pitch of the inning for Contos. Maxwell's got it. Maxwell's throw is going to be late. So coming in to score is Inciarte, and it's 4-0.
So the stolen base becomes a big play, and the Diamondbacks just take advantage of an error. And a nice at bat from Pollock to get the sac fly.
So here's Goldschmidt, an error and a stolen base and a sacrifice fly. And here's Goldschmidt, who's been on base 3 times, a couple of walks and a single. And he fouls it out of play. I don't know, over the years watching Goldschmidt, you may have to pitch him up, but you got to have something behind it.
Well, you know, yeah, but there's that one area. If you don't get it up high enough, you're in trouble.
This is going to eventually come down, and it'll be a wrestling match for somebody. And Panic's going to put it away. A run on no hits and an error. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Panic, Belt, and Crawford.
Authority of the San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
It's a 4-0 lead for the D-backs. McDonald's True Stories on June 14th, 2006. Steve Finley led off the game with his 300th career home run against Claudio Vargas, making him the 6th player in Major League history with at least 300 home runs and 300 steals. Today the list has reached 8, with 6 having played at some time in their career with the Giants. Reggie Sanders is a good Giant, as were all of those who put on a Giants uniform. And that's our McDonald's True Story. Panic takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Joe Panic has bounced out twice to second. There's a line drive right at the shortstop Pennington. See Hunter Pence watching. Here's Belt.
Well, it's hard for him to watch. I mean, he's just trying to calm down some inflammation in his wrist. Not able to play yet, still on the disabled list. And he watches his team really struggle to score runs here at AT&T.
First pitch rolled foul.
Henry Wilshusen.
And the 0-1 to Belt. And Belt fouls it back. It's 0-2.
Henry, our ball dude on the first base side today. And there's Bob Nealis, our ball dude on the third base side. And that possibly someday could be a ball dude. He's got the look.
He's got the look. If he's got the attitude, you need the attitude.
That is an all-day sucker right there.
This is popped up left side. Peralta. 2 outs. And here's Crawford.
Giants lost their first 5 games of the year at home. Then they went on a 16-4 run at the friendly confines of AT&T Park. And coming into this one, they'd lost their last 7. So this has been a streaky team.
Crawford's 2 for 2. And he takes low.
Warriors trying to add a patch to that guy's jacket.
He's got it all covered. Swing and a miss. One ball, one strike. Pitch number 63 for De La Rosa. 2-1. Two and two. So a little breaking ball to Crawford. And the 2-2. He got him. And that'll end the inning, and only the third strikeout for Ruby De La Rosa. 7th inning coming up. Heston and De La Rosa, and De La Rosa still hanging around. Heston went 5 innings, threw a lot of pitches. Owens got a double to knock in a pair. And you can see the 7-game home losing streak. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Javier Lopez coming into his 30th game on the year, 15 2/3 innings amassed in those 29 appearances.
Hit out into right center field. Maxwell got a good jump, and he'll make a two-handed catch.
Well, Sportsnet Central, Warriors NBA Finals Central with live Warriors pregame coverage is airing right now on Comcast Sportsnet Plus, which can be found on Comcast channels 104 and 780, DirecTV 696-1, and AT&T channel 771. If you can't find Comcast Sportsnet Plus, log on to csnbayarea.com. Local cable provider.
Curry, Chef Curry. Chef
So
Curry.
here's Chris Owens. Owens takes a strike. Backdoor breaking ball, another than 2.
Owens immediately rubbernecked back to Adam Hamari, the plate umpire, and then Chip Hale, the skipper for the D-backs, was giving Hamari a little of his mind from their dugout.
Of course. 1 and 2. It would take me a long time to be an umpire, I got to tell you.
Well, you've got to have thick skin.
Foul, look out.
That man making a play. Never left his seat. And he's finding the home for it. There we go. Nice. Psyched. Go back and say thank you. This is a great game, folks. It just is in so many ways. Even when your team's down by 4. There's happiness in the ballpark someplace.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. And now a full count with Jake Lamb on deck.
Thank you.
And the walk. So Lopez walks Chris Owens.
5th walk issued today by Giants pitching.
So here's Lamb. Lamb is 2 for 2 with an intentional walk. And Lopez starts him off with a strike. Nope, down low. 7 hits for the D-backs, but as Mike said, that really doesn't tell the whole story. 5 walks and 1 Diamondback was hit by a pitch, and that was Inciarte. There's a strike, 1 and 2.
I mean, that's just a lot of gifts. A lot of 90-foot gifts.
Got him, and that's through the legs of Susak. Runner will advance on the wild pitch. Lamb can't run because first base was occupied.
Just can't get that glove quite low enough to block it. And as it scoots underneath, it needs to take a second. 4 Owens. And what the Diamondbacks have really done well in this series is when the Giants have made a 90-foot mistake, and they've made a bunch, they've taken advantage of it. It's the difference in this series.
And a strike to Wellington Castillo. Castillo's reached on an error. He singled and he struck out in the 5th. Swing and gonna miss. Nothing in 2. Down the right field line.
A happy group. A lot of kids. Enjoying a sunny day. He has a few runs for the home team.
Blocked by Susap. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Padres are leading the Dodgers 2-0. That game in the 7th. Right to Belt, and that'll end the inning. Giants need some base runners. McGee, Maxwell, and Parker.
Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
4-0 Arizona. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. What do you say we check it out with Amy G?
All right, thanks so much, Mike. Another Mike Broadway, the newest Giant, making his major league debut last night. It's our Togo's big play, the Togo's way. As we look back, he came into the game in the 7th inning and started off the inning striking out Jake Lamb. That's a pretty good start. They allowed 1 hit, no runs, 14 pitches, 10 of those were strikes in the inning. I talked to him today. He said he was able to warm up twice last night in the bullpen. First time, he was pretty nervous. Second time, he was ready to go. And guys, his cheeks are sore from smiling ear to ear. He's been smiling for 48 hours, guys.
Well, I would be too.
Hey, you spend 10 years in the minor leagues before you finally get a chance to throw that pitch and have that inning. You are going to smile.
As you should.
Because he went to bed last night. You know what he was? He was a big leaguer. And he's been waiting a long time to say that.
So the Giants have some work to do if they want to get back into this one. And it'll be Casey McGee to lead things off. McGee has hit into 2 double plays.
He's not been able to do a whole lot with the sinkers from De La Rosa.
Giants have hit into 3 double plays total. And a quick 0-2 to Casey McGee. Outside, 1-2. Maxwell. And then Parker. And McGee fouls it out of play.
Just pounding that outside corner. I love the camera from behind home plate. Really does let you see the movement on the fastball from the pitcher. And you can see his release. See how early or late that he shows that pitch to a hitter.
A little nubber off the end of the bat, and that's going to be a base hit. So McGee will take it, trust me.
Just a little hard slider, not a hanger either, right there in the outside corner, just off the end of the bat. So McGee goes down and digs out a pretty good pitch and gives the Giants what they desperately need. And that's a leadoff hitter here at the bottom of the 7th. And you're right, he'll take it.
So here's Maxwell. Maxwell tries to check his swing and it hits his bat, and it's 0-1. This is what we do to people when we broadcast.
Well, yeah, we do put them to sleep.
Especially folks that watch on the East Coast.
But Mom's figured it out. She's got the glove. She's going to protect it. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to shave my baby. Moms. Gamer babes are just the best.
2 balls and 1 strike. High pop-up foul. And out of play. Parker's on deck. He's trying to just keep getting some people on, move the line along. Outside, 1-2.
De La Rosa really has been stingy with the amount of pitches that he's thrown, just 73 as we are in the 7th inning. A lot of at-bats have been determined within 3 pitches today against De La Rosa, and his sinker has really been a good pitch for him.
Nope. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Justin Maxwell. McGee with his lead at first. The pitch on the ground. It could be a pair. 6 for 3, and that's the 4th double play the Giants have hit into.
Well, it really is a product of what De La Rosa has done to the Giants. I mean, he really has had great success with the sinker, the hard slider, both pitches that have downward snap to them, both pitches that get ground balls. And those ground balls today, they have found gloves, as they did yesterday and as they did the day before.
So here's Jared Parker, who takes a strike. Parker's first big league hit came in the 5th. He's trying to come up with his second big league hit. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Nope, 2-1.
Parker's really close to walking out of that batter's box with his routine. Can do it now after a foul ball. Giants fans really trying to get into this game. I mean, the biggest cheers they've had have been for plays made by the fans in the stands on foul balls.
So a good eye from Parker. It's 3-2. Time granted for Parker. Got him, and that'll end the inning. 4 strikeouts for De La Rosa. 8th inning is coming up.
All-Star Game starting lineup. You can go to sfgiants.com/vote, and you can cast your vote through the Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot. That's sfgiants.com/vote. And be sure to catch all of the excitement on the 86th MLB All-Star Game this July 14th to be held in Cincinnati. 4-0 here with the D-backs on top as we head to the 8th.
And it's Cliff Pennington. Pennington, a switch hitter, now batting right-handed. Outside, 3-0. De La Rosa is on deck. What you like to have is get this out. That way De La Rosa can help everybody's cause by laying down a bunt. So there's a strike.
And another strike.
3-2. It's interleague action tomorrow for the Giants. Slowly hit to McGee. Not in time. Pennington beats it out. I'm not sure Belt agrees with that.
Oh, he's
out. Got him.
So they will contest. This is one that you would think would come back fairly quickly.
You're starting to sound like me now. This very quick replay review is presented by Xfinity.
I'm going with quick. I am not changing my tune here.
Oh, I agree. I think it's going to be the fastest one of the year. Maybe even call this just off the board in center field. Just do that.
Yeah, why can't we do that? This play is currently under review. Your discretion advised.
Anyway, the Giants will play Seattle tomorrow. The Diamondbacks will play in Anaheim tomorrow.
Pretty clear cut right there.
Yeah.
They're going to replay that right now on the big screen here at the ballpark.
Well, they just showed him the one that you can't tell. They did. If they showed the other one, the place would at least make some noise. Come on, Kevin.
All right, one more look for us here at home. You can see that it is indeed. Of course, you know, we assume this. This has happened to us earlier where, and that's the revealing one.
We're not assuming anything, Mike. He's out.
Well, we had one earlier, and actually the Giants benefited because they missed the call. All right, here we go. Boom! See ya.
Fastest of the year. Is it 1 minute 36 seconds?
Is that what they said?
Guess what? That's not the fastest.
No, we've had actually a couple under a minute.
Here's De La Rosa.
But, you know, figure if you're an umpire, there's 2 crews in New York, 8 guys. One guy rotates into the big chair. And they have something to do. I mean, for the most part, they're just kind of just hanging there, chilling, and then boom. So they take their time, which is why it takes time.
It's 0-2. On deck is Inciarte. Down low. Watch what Susek. What happened? This was after the first strike. All right. Ooh, guess what? New baseball.
Anytime that ball goes down on the ground, it's coming out of the game. Man.
I mean, you can be tricky to try to scuff it like Susek just did. It's not going to happen. That's the story I'm going with.
That's what we're going with. That was not an errant throw. That was a veteran move from a young catcher.
Got him. You know where you can do it, Mike? Is throws down to second to open up the inning.
That would work.
It does. I watch it happen all the time. The other old trick is the ball that you get from the first baseman, they'll throw you ground balls. You hold it. Throw comes down, you switch the balls.
That would work.
It has worked. There's a bunt attempt. I was talking, what did De La Rosa do?
De La Rosa struck out for the 4th time. Swinging.
So Inciarte, who scored twice, been on base 3 times. McGee. Side retired. Giants have some work to do. Let's go. Live. You get highlights, reaction analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. It's a 4-0 lead for the D-backs. Down the right field line, we have the Candlestick Suite. Look at this. Pictures of some of the great shots of some ball games at Candlestick, including Game 3 of the '89 World Series. This was after, I'm sure, the earthquake had hit. Tony here now with Dave Stewart in the visiting GM's booth, and this is hit foul down the left field line. Two teams that are from the same area, and a big rivalry between those two teams, and they end up in the World Series. And boy, did those two organizations come together after the earthquake.
They really did. There's the hum baby, who was and always has been a horseman.
Foul straight back.
Heads up.
I think if Roger Craig was around this team right now, then Madison Bumgarner would be his favorite player.
Well, yeah. A fellow horseman.
0-2 pitch in the dirt.
Roger from South Carolina. Bumgarner from North Carolina.
Well, maybe they wouldn't have liked each other that much then.
They would have been absolute buddies for life. They have a lot in common.
1-2 pitch coming up to Andrew Susac here in the 8th.
It was hard not to like Roger Craig. I mean, he was such a good people person. Such a positive guy. Great manager.
Got him.
Back door, 96-mile-an-hour two-seamer. I mean, just a nasty pitch. And we've watched De La Rosa do this all day long. I mean, that is right perfection. And they stretch the target out. And Castillo, the catcher, I mean, he never moved his glove.
You see Mike Broadway headed down to the bullpen. Here's Joaquin Arias. Arias takes a strike. That's why the combination of Roger Craig and Al Rosen was such a unique one. Where Roger you liked all the time, Al you liked half the time, because the other half you thought he was always mad at you and he was always going to yell at you.
Oh, it's true.
There's another strike, 1 and 2.
But they were a tremendous 1-2 punch. And a picture of the crazy crab, who I still look at and smile.
All the Giants in the land love that crazy crab. Arias out swinging.
All the fans in the Giants stands love that crazy crab.
There's Murph with Robbie Thompson.
Now that was after the night in San Diego when the Giants in 1987 won the National League Western Division.
Kurt Manwaring.
Yeah. Ken Henderson, he was red hot.
Rod and Stacy Beck until there's a cure day. On the ground. Goldschmidt's got it, the Gold Glover, and that'll end the inning. We will head to the ninth. It's 4-0 Arizona. And Michael also talked about the game with Murph and Mac tomorrow morning on KMBR 680. Michael Broadway on to pitch. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Yesterday, Mike Broadway made his major league debut, had a clean inning, 1 hit allowed, 1 strikeout. Hard thrower, mid to high 90s, and a hard slider. And there is that slider. Yesterday he was so amped up, he didn't really have much of a breaking ball. He threw a couple good ones, but for the most part, they just had too much adrenaline in his arm to have it affect a breaking ball. But his fastball was live.
Throws another one. And it's nothing in 2. Check swing. Foul. Look out over by D-backs dugout. Look out, David Benzer.
There's Benny. He wanted to make a play.
Yeah, maybe 25 years ago. 0-2. Down the right field line, foul.
Pollock fighting off a pretty good pitch, going the opposite way with it. And more work for our ball dude, Henry Wilshusen. Making a friend. Yeah, that's a good find right there.
Yeah, it is.
Let's go, Henry.
Look out. 1-2.
Well, I don't think you like Pollock diving out there on that little fastball he threw the pitch before. Here he just kind of buzzes him up. If the guy's diving out on you, I mean, he'll walk into it.
Foul back. Pollock had a pitch to hit there after he got buzzed, so it stays at 1-2. Here's Goldschmidt. One and two.
Just a bit low. So far, those are the two looks we've seen, the fastball and the slider.
Two balls, two strikes. Pulled foul. Nice play.
Yeah, the ball dude Bob Nealis finally gets a chance to play. Not his first rodeo. Bob Nealis, a veteran. Brings a pad.
So you're allowed to do that?
Well, I don't think you really are, but it's one thing you learn. Once you're a ball dude one time, you need to have a pad.
2-2. And Pollock out swinging. And here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt is 1 for 2. Faced Broadway yesterday and hit a fly ball to center field. Here he shoots one to right for a base hit. And that'll bring to the plate David Peralta.
Goldschmidt on base 4 times today. His on base percentage .478. That is Barry Bonds like.
Peralta is 1 for 4. See if Goldschmidt thinks about taking off. Pulled foul down the right field line. Played by a fan leaning over.
And he's sharing.
My goodness. You got a problem here?
Well, stacking them up like cords of wood.
It is the 9th inning.
Gold brothers. That's Emmett. Emmett, you're killing him.
Oh, and 2. Ron just laid down the law, and then that didn't work. I'm going to have to take Emmett out to the woodshed, I got to tell you.
He does not care. He's got the look.
Buddy has been just having to wear it.
Yeah.
Mom just gave Buddy a little love tap.
All right.
Mom turned around and said, Dad, seriously.
The adventures of Buddy and Emmett.
And now timeout is called by Peralta. Oh, this is going to work out really good.
Giving Emmett a bat? I don't know.
Mom's got them separated now. She's right in between Emmett and Buddy. Yeah. I'm not sure that's enough for Emmett. 0-2. Runner goes. Susak's throw. Got him.
Oh, that's a great play from Crawford.
Slid right into the tag.
You know, catchers love it when they have middle infielders that are not afraid of contact. And Brandon Crawford just coming right in, making a play, holding his concentration, dropping the glove. Easy call for second base umpire Mark Carlson.
1-2. And that'll do it. Giants have some work to do. Panic. Belt, Crawford, McGee, Maxwell. Oh, a whole bunch are coming up. Heads up. Emmett's on the move. Deficit for the Giants. De La Rosa is going to try to complete it. He's got no complete games, and he'll be going after the toughest part in this Giants lineup.
Well, the pitch count still really not an issue. He's been really stingy with his throws on the day. But the very first time you get a chance to get a complete game, you know, it does jumpstart your heart a little bit. And when you're sitting on a chance to throw a shutout, I mean, it's even something that will amp up a pitcher.
So here's Panic. Panic's 0 for 3. He did hit a bullet right to the shortstop Pennington in the 6th. Fouls this one at the plate. It's 0-2. Dodgers have just scored a run in the 8th, and that ties the game between the Padres and Dodgers. They're still trying to put the seatbelt on Emmett. Although I think Buddy's taking the gloves off, to be honest with you. Here's the 0-2, and it's inside 1-2.
I don't think that wrestling match between Buddy and Emmett is going to stop after the game's over.
Uh-oh. No, it's down. Not for long. The 1-2 pitch to Panic. Down the third baseline, a fair ball. Giants fans leave it alone as Panic goes into second base.
Not a hanger either until he goes with it. And that's the only way you beat a pitch that's on the outside corner with movement running away from you. And Panic, beautiful job of hitting completely away from the defense.
So here's Belt. And Belt pitch wide.
Daniel Hudson, the right-hander, getting ready for the Diamondbacks.
Belt left field. Is it going to hang up? It's not. So now the Giants have at least the time run in the on-deck circle. And the hitter is going to be Brandon Crawford, and Crawford is not going to face De La Rosa. So Hudson's going to come in. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Giants have runners at first and third with nobody out.
So Daniel Hudson, the new pitcher now for Arizona. 23rd time that he has come in. Has assumed the role of relief pitcher. 1-2 with a 3.54 ERA, 27 strikeouts. Hudson's got a good fastball and he's got big time sink. He's the guy that gets you a strikeout and a ground ball. Hard slider and a changeup to go with that fastball, but he will two-seam and four-seam. More twos than fours. You'll see velocity that goes mid to high 90s. And that's the line for Ruby De La Rosa. 8+ innings, 8 Giants hits. Has not allowed a run yet, although he has 2 that are his responsibility.
So here's Crawford. And Crawford takes wide. Swing and a miss. 95 at the knees. Panik is at third, and Belt is at first. Good pitch, 1-2. So Crawford's not going to have to battle.
Let's go front door sink.
Boy, he dug that out, didn't he?
Well, he really did. I think that ball hit the contact point on the bat about where the label was, maybe even higher up. This is just an absolute jam sandwich. And he does well just to get a piece of it. If he hits that ball flush, that bat breaks in half. And he'll feel that in his thumb for a month.
Outside, 2-2.
And that was the changeup. Kind of slowed up his motion. Not a great sell job with the arm action on that pitch. Buster Posey, chalk it up.
Nope. 3-2.
97-mile-an-hour sinker, and it was right there scraping the base of that strike zone.
Got him.
And right back again with 97-mile-an-hour two-seam movement. And gets the strikeout. And this is big-time velocity with a two-seam grip. The four-seam grip will give you more velocity, so you can imagine how special that pitch is with a two-seamer to hit 97. Doesn't happen very often.
So here's McGee. McGee is hit into two double plays and he's singled. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strike.
But he's got ownage on Hudson.
Belt at first. Panik at third. Giants need some more base runners. Look out, 2-0.
So Castillo going to come out and talk with Hudson. Dude, you almost hit him. No free passes. If that ball was to hit McGee and the bases were loaded, you might see Buster Posey.
Two and 0. Bullpen is empty for the D-backs. 3-0.
Really not a green light situation here for McGee.
Yeah, you'd figure that McGee would be taking all the way. And that's ball 4. And Buster Posey's coming out. There are a lot of people that maybe came to the game today to see Buster Posey play. And it's not unusual to hear the roar when he comes out of the dugout, and you heard the roar. He's got 10 at-bats against Hudson. He's 2 for 10 with 1 strikeout. The one thing Buster Posey can do that some other guys can't, they can go for the home run.
And he can do it off of sinkers. His inside-out swing is one that is built to beat sink. Movement from a right-handed pitcher coming into him, no matter what the velocity. The more velocity, the better in his mind.
And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. So, give you an idea what the velocity is. And that's what Posey did right there. Oh, and 1. One ball and 1 strike. Buster Posey hitting at .295. He's got 36 RBIs. He's got 9 home runs. Hudson asking Castillo to go through the signs one more time.
I find it extremely unusual that there's no activity in the Diamondbacks bullpen.
I do too. On the ground to third. Stepping on third is Lamb, and that's a double play. And that's the ball game. So the Giants make it interesting in the 9th. Buster Posey hits into the double play. It was the 4th double play of the game, and the woes at home continue. That's 8 straight now at home, where the Giants have lost, and they just need to play better at home all the way around.
Well, you're right. They need to start scoring some runs. I mean, if you look at in this 3-game series against Arizona, they scored 2 runs in all 3 games, and that has to improve.
And they had opportunities. Final score: Diamondbacks 4, the Giants nothing. All right, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Eastern's Giants post-game wrap, live with interviews and the wrap. That's all going to start right now.